Good morning, class 12 students. Today we are going to study further in the chapter solution, and in the last class you have studied two colligative properties. One was lowering in vapor pressure and other one was osmotic pressure. So let us revise what was colligative property. These were the properties which are affected by number of particles in the solution and not on the nature of solute. So today we are going to study next colligative property, that is elevation in boiling point. Now what is elevation in boiling point? For that let us first study what is boiling point. Now boiling point of a solution or a liquid is the temperature at which its vapor pressure becomes equal to atmospheric pressure. This we have studied in the last class. Now what happens is, whenever a liquid is allowed to be heated, its vapor pressure keeps on increasing, and one temperature comes when vapor pressure becomes equal to atmospheric pressure. At that temperature, whole of the liquid starts boiling and we can see bubbles in the whole liquid, and at that point only the process of evaporation starts in the whole mass, not only on the surface. Generally the evaporation takes place only at the surface, but if temperature is boiling point, evaporation in the whole of mass of liquid starts taking place. So this is the condition in which whole liquid is being converted into vapors, and the temperature is called the boiling point. Now if we have to compare a pure liquid with its solution, we can always understand that vapor pressure of pure liquid is greater, and since some amount of surface area is covered by the solute, vapor pressure of solution is somewhat lesser than pure liquid. This we can understand from the diagram. So when we have to heat both the liquids, always pure liquid has to be heated to lesser extent than the solution. So what we can say is, boiling point of a solvent is always lesser than boiling point of a solution. TBS, if TB is denoting boiling point, naught is for the pure liquid and S is for the solution. So TBS is always greater than TB naught. So whatever be the difference in two solutions, that will be called as elevation in boiling point, that is delta TB. Now this increase depends upon how much solute we have added in the liquid, or we can say the ratio of amount of solute to amount of liquid, the solvent. So this ratio can be represented by different concentration terms. We have studied that earlier, but here we are using one term which is not affected by temperature, and that term used to be molality. So we can simply find a relation that elevation in boiling point delta TB is directly proportional to molality of the solution. Now molality can be represented by the formula moles of solute dissolved in 1 kg of a solvent. So from the formula written here, we can easily understand Kb is the constant which we have used to remove proportionality sign. W upon m dash, where W is mass of solute, m dash is molar mass of solute, and capital W is representing mass of the solvent. Now 1000 we have taken because mass of solvent should be taken in grams. So if it has to be converted into kilograms, because molality had the definition moles of solute dissolved in 1 kg of the solvent. So if mass of solvent has to be converted into kilogram, we need to put 1000 in the formula. So from this formula we can calculate any of the variables, whatever is given or whatever is asked, we can always make out, and using data, questions or numericals based on this formula can be solved out. Now this elevation and boiling point can be understood through this graph which is given. So we can understand that T1 and T2 are two temperatures at which vapor pressure graph of solvent and vapor pressure graph of solution are getting equal to 1 atmospheric pressure. So on the y-axis we have plotted vapor pressure, on the x-axis it is the temperature. So as we keep increasing the temperature, vapor pressures keep on increasing. So now the difference between the two temperatures, when solvent vapor pressure becomes 1 atm and the temperature at which solution vapor pressure becomes 1 atm, this difference is called elevation in boiling point. Now since solution graph is running from quite below the solvent graph, it intersects 1 atm pressure line at a higher temperature. So from this, elevation in boiling point may be understood why temperature increases for boiling of a solution. Now next is, by using this formula we can find Kb, that is molar elevation constant. Now for molar elevation constant there is another term which is used generally. One of them is Kb is equal to RT square upon 1000 LV. Now LV is latent heat of vaporization, R is simply the gas constant or solution constant, T is absolute temperature, and Kb is molar elevation constant as we know. So that is one optional formula. If we want, we can use it for calculations. Now in the given formula, the constant Kb has been used, which is also called molar elevation constant. Molar elevation constant. Now using this formula, we have to calculate the units of Kb. So here we can see Kb is coming equal to delta T into m dash into W upon small w into 1000. So capital T is simply the temperature, for that unit is Kelvin. M dash upon W, that is telling you mole inversed, because mole is mass by molar mass. So M dash upon small w is mole inverse. And capital W upon 1000, that is representing mass of solvent in kg. So unit for Kb comes out to be Kelvin kg per mole. So that is one case when 1 mole of a solute is dissolved in 1 kg of solvent. Then whatever be the elevation in boiling point, it becomes equal to molar elevation constant, that is Kb. Now there is one more condition in which a solution can be studied, that is if we reduce the amount of solvent. Instead of taking 1 kg of solvent, if we are taking 100 gram of solvent, in that case our formula takes this shape. It is this one. Delta T is equal to Kb into W upon M dash into 100 upon W. Now here W is mass of solvent and it has been taken 100 grams, not 1000 grams. So now name of Kb changes. It is now called molecular elevation constant. So if we have to define molecular elevation constant, it is represented as elevation in boiling point when 1 mole of a solute is dissolved in 100 grams of a solvent. Now this elevation in boiling point is a colligative property, as we have studied. If we keep on increasing the number of solute particles, elevation in boiling point keeps on increasing. It never depends upon what kind of solute we are adding to the given liquid or the solvent. So because it depends upon number of particles, and not on nature of the solute particles, the property is called a colligative property. Now, one very common application of this is used in normal cooking day to day. Whenever we are adding salt to the water, boiling point of water increases. So it helps in cooking the food items faster, because now the liquid can be heated to a higher temperature. The next colligative property that we have to study is depression in freezing point. For that, let us first try to understand the concept of freezing point. As the name suggests, what we have studied by now is freezing point is the temperature at which a liquid starts getting converted into a solid form. That is what we have studied by now. But if we have to define that in terms of vapor pressure, then we define it as temperature at which liquid and solid phase of a system are in equilibrium. Generally, at a given temperature, some substances either liquid or solid. But there is one particular temperature at which liquid and solid both can be converted one into the other. And for that, the condition is that both the things, liquid and solid, should have same vapor pressure. So whatever be the temperature at which vapor pressure of liquid becomes equal to vapor pressure of solid, at that temperature only a solution will start freezing or a liquid will start freezing. Now, since vapor pressure of pure solvent is more than vapor pressure of solution, so the temperature at which a solvent freezes, that is more than the temperature at which a solution freezes, or we can say freezing point of solution is always lesser than that of a pure solvent. So this difference in temperature, this is called depression in freezing point, because freezing point जो सॉल्वेंट का था वो सोल्यूट ऐड करने से अब कम हो गया है. सॉल्यूशन हैज़ लोअर फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट एंड प्योर सॉल्वेंट हैज़ हायर फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट. इसका भी एक एग्जांपल आप लोग याद कर सकते हैं. इन द डेली लाइफ व्हेन वी हैव टू use a freezing mixture, we add some salt to water. So now water freezes at lower temperature, about -5 degrees centigrade. So it is useful in allowing other things also to freeze. Now this depression in freezing point is also a colligative property. It depends upon amount of solute. जितना solute आप ज़्यादा ऐड करते जाएंगे, वाटर का फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट उतना ही कम होता चला जाएगा, ये और ज़्यादा कम टेम्परेचर पर फ्रीज होगा. सो दिस ऑल्सो इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू मोलालिटी ऑफ द सोल्यूशन. Now this we can understand through a graph again. Now in this graph we can see that vapor pressure is plotted on the y-axis and temperature is plotted on the x-axis. Now since the solution is having lesser vapor pressure than the liquid solvent, so what happens is when both are allowed to cool down, their vapor pressures keep on decreasing. So if we are starting from here and temperature is slowly decreased, vapor pressure keeps on decreasing. Now this graph tells how vapor pressure of a frozen solvent increases. So when frozen solvent, pure liquid, is in solid state, when its vapor pressure becomes equal to vapor pressure of a liquid solvent, then solvent freezes, and when vapor pressure of the frozen solvent becomes equal to that of solution. Now since solution had lower vapor pressures, so its graph is running below, and that is why it intersects the frozen solvent curve at a lower temperature. So now whatever be the temperature at which two graphs are intersecting, that will be the freezing point in this case. So this graph we can easily understand by now with the graph studied earlier, we can easily understand why a solution freezes at lower temperature than that of a pure liquid. Now since TF is also directly proportional to molality, it depends upon amount of solute. The same way a proportionality sign is used up. So delta TF becomes equal to KF into molality. Now applying the same formula for molality, we can understand 1 mole of a solute is dissolved in 1 kg of a solvent. So Kf is called molar depression constant. So if we take moles of solute to be 1 and mass of solvent to be 1 kg, Kf becomes equal to delta Tf if molality is 1, and units of Kf again come out to be Kelvin kg per mole. Kelvin from temperature, kg from mass of solute, and mole from moles of solute, W by M. Now as we have done earlier, molecular depression constant, it can be used when mass of solute has been solvent has been taken 100 grams. So when 1 mole of a solute is dissolved in 100 grams of a solvent, the depression in freezing point is called molecular depression constant. So there is a clear relation that molecular depression constant is 10 times more than molar depression constant. Yes. Now just like we had the formula for free boiling point, Kb was RT square upon 1000 LV, where LV was latent heat of vaporization. But here Kf is equal to RT square upon 1000 LF. Here LF is latent heat of fusion, which can be used for calculations. So this is all about all the colligative properties to be studied. In the next class, we will be studying about want of factor. This is all for today. Keep solving the